When you think about money, what comes to mind? Maybe it's the cash in your wallet, the number in your bank app, or the balance on a credit card. We use money every single day. But here's a strange question most people never stop to ask. What is money, really? Because the story most of us learned about where money comes from is probably incomplete. Let's start with the version you were likely taught in school. The classic story goes like this. Before money existed, people traded goods directly. A farmer had grain, a blacksmith had tools. But the farmer didn't need tools, and the blacksmith didn't want grain. This problem is called the coincidence of wants. And according to the textbook story, money was invented to fix it. Sounds neat, logical, efficient. But here's the problem. When anthropologists went looking for real societies that worked this way, they couldn't find any, not one. Researchers like David Graeber searched history, archaeology, and living communities around the world, and what they found was surprising. There is no evidence of any society that was primarily based on barter. Instead, early human economies worked very differently. People lived in tight communities built on trust, favors, and obligation. You didn't trade chickens for shoes. You helped your neighbor, knowing the favor would be returned later. Barter wasn't how you neighbors interacted. It was what you did with strangers or enemies. So if money didn't evolve from barter, where did it come from? This is where things get interesting. According to what's called the credit theory of money, money didn't begin as a physical object at all. No coins, no shells, no gold. It began as a social relationship, an IOU, a record of who owed what to whom. 100 years ago, economist A. Mitchell Innes put it bluntly, "Credit and credit alone is money." In other words, money has always been a way to track obligations. And long before coins existed, societies already had accounting systems. In ancient Mesopotamia, temples acted like banks. They used clay tablets to record deposits, loans, and debts. In medieval England, the government used wooden tally sticks. Notches carved into wood recorded who owed taxes and how much. These weren't primitive systems. They were early ledgers, shared records of trust. Sound familiar? That's because your modern bank account works the same way. The technology changed, the concept didn't. So where the coins fit into the story? The earliest coins didn't appear so farmers could shop at markets. They were created by governments, primarily to pay soldiers and to collect taxes. Coins made debt portable. They allowed obligations to move beyond close communities, to people who didn't know or trust each other personally. From there, money continued evolving, from coins to paper notes to bank balances. And through every stage, the real story stayed the same. Money became more abstract, not more real. Which brings us to a crucial idea. The word credit comes from the Latin credere, which means to believe. That's not a coincidence. At its core, money is a system of belief. Think about how you pay for something today. When you tap your credit card for a coffee, you're not handing over stored value. You're creating purchasing power based on a promise. The bank believes you'll pay them back. The store believes the bank will pay them. And the system works because everyone agrees to believe. For a long time, governments tried to anchor this belief to something physical: gold, silver, precious metals. But in 1971, that final link was broken. The United States ended the ability to convert dollars into gold, a moment known as the Nixon shock. From that point forward, money became fully fiat. Fiat simply means let it be. Today, the value of money comes from collective trust. Trust in institutions, trust in laws, trust that others will accept it tomorrow. And now that trust system is evolving again. Governments are exploring digital currencies. Tech companies are building payment networks. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin attempt to replace trust in institutions with trust in code. Each of these is a different answer to the same question: who or what should we trust with our promises? Because when you strip it all down, money has never been just a thing. It's a technology humans invented to manage relationships, to organize obligations, to coordinate trust at scale. Money is not just currency. It's a social contract. And as we move deeper into the digital age, the most important question isn't about technology. It's about belief. What will our next version of money be built on? And who will we choose to trust?
Money isn't just something we spend, it's something we believe in. It's a system of promises that only works because we agree to trust it and each other. And as money becomes more digital, more abstract, and more powerful, understanding how it really works matters more than ever. If you want clear, calm explanations about money, economics, and the systems that shape our financial lives without hype, fear, or empty promises, subscribe to Money Mind. Because the better you understand money, the less control it has over you.